Alright guys, what's up? Check it out. We're gonna call this customer series. I think I've done a couple of these in the past, and usually I don't do them unless there's something unique or different, and I should have done it with a couple of them. I'm like kicking myself in the face. So these are all local customers, and shout out to all of them. Thank you guys so much. Look, these are the guys that they're definitely helping me buy parts. You know, when I get to work on guns, it's fun for me, it's therapeutic, and then also we get some money and we just pour back into the channel. So you guys can see already why I was like, hey man, I saw when he took it out of the bag, I was like, hey, can I do a video? And of course he said yes. He's been a long-time friend, he's been playing airsoft very long time. And I think what happened is when I disappeared, I don't know what it is, man, I disappeared, and all of a sudden I'm getting all these messages from long-time friends and customers, and they're like, hey man, I stopped playing airsoft a long time, and then I got kids now, hey, I got more time, and I saw you're back, hey, so can we start rebuilding my gun? I'm like, shit, you know. So it's been funny. It's been really funny seeing everyone come back, and it's like, it's nice. Okay, so what we have here, and I need to make an Excel sheet. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to show you guys thought process here, but at the same time I want to review these guys. We have a brand new Dr. Black. He bought it from e-bike. You see, he said he paid $135. 130. So we'll go on e-bike and we'll check in. This is how it looks when it's shipped. Okay, exactly how he got it. So they did a good job of packing it, right? It's a unique package. I gotta give it to them. Unique package. This won't be an official review, guys, okay, but it'll be like a semi-review. I feel like this is fair enough for me to at least get an idea. This is, I think, the first Dr. Black product I get to see in hand, and I'm kicking, I told you guys in the beginning, I'm kicking myself in the face because another customer had some Hi-Capa parts and I didn't do a video on it because I think that's when I had just really first come back, and he was like, the minute I posted a video or posted a thing on back, he just, you know, he like just beamlined me, and he came and hit me with several products, several guns to work on. So I can say right now, packaging is soft. I'm not squeezing it, but it's good enough. All right. You know why I started really doing this, guys? I've always thought about the packaging, to be honest, for a long time, but I don't think I've ever been so anal about it now because of how FPR was. They were so lazy. They're like, that's adequate to put a bubble wrap when you got companies like this actually packaging it. Okay. The one thing I will say about Dr. Black is they have some crazy cuts, but these better be top notch, because the price they are asking for these slides, I can tell you right now, they have I already have. My bar is set right here, and if they don't meet that bar, I'm gonna be disappointed. Okay, because I remember when they first came out, guys. It's probably I think it's when I disappeared, and it was called like the brown slide or something, and it was like 130 something. They came out really high, and I was like, it was just an ugly, boring slide, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm never going to pay for that, because I've never seen the company. It's brand new, but I was interested in the fact that it was made in Taiwan. Okay. Now, what I would like to know about this company is I'd like to know how long they've been doing stuff for. Man, I feel bad, guys. I already feel like this is a Dr. Black review shit. And okay, like there's so many questions I have, but like I feel like for me, there's no room for error at the price they're asking. With Gunsmith, bro, there's no way. That is. That's pretty tight. Okay. Guide rod is, guide plug is kind of cool. But that is tight. Okay, it's tight when you get to here. But that's not really a big problem. Nice little notch here for you to get, like, to me, that's thoughtful, okay? I want to check for machining, and we'll talk about his gun. We have some type of number, just maybe to make sure no one's ripping off of them, and you can verify it's them. I'm trying to see if there's any machining marks here, and it looks like they cut. Yeah, they cut here. I guess if it's on the inside, we're okay, but I'm smacking that hard phase on them. Wait, isn't this the CTM flatline thing? But look, okay, look, I gotta say this is a very nice looking slide. As much as I'm already looking at the machining here, and then we gotta see how it fits. Now, I don't want to put it on the frame, so let's talk about this, okay? So he came to me and said, hey, I haven't been playing a long time. Listen, you know, we gotta dust it off, and I take it out, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? And that's when he pulled out the slide. So he's already done the work of getting the slide. Okay, typical on TM plastics, they break off. No clue where the rear side is. We lost the return spring. So what we got to do is we're going to take apart this, and he's looking at, like, this is why it's also going to be a nice video. We're looking at to do almost, we're going to be upgrading a lot of the parts. But we'll keep, like, when we do inner barrel bucking, keep the TM hop unit. He might change his mind. We'll see. We'll see what he does. And I need to check what's broken, what's not broken, because you can see, guys, this is old, and you can see, you know, my hands are already dirty from just touching it. Okay, so I gotta do some cleaning, but not too bad. All right, yeah, like, you know, this is manageable. Okay. So we'll take this apart, clean it. We're going to see if the internals or if anything is salvageable, but I'm pretty sure most of it will be. We'll check, okay, and we'll do this on camera. And then the next thing we're doing is we're going to check all his mags. Okay, so look, above me, you guys can't see it, I have a huge ass whiteboard. Then this is for my local customers, and if I work with people out of state and out of country, I always do this. It's a similar practice, and I feel like it's a nice way to connect with a person. Is you just first of all talk to them, have a good time, create connection, talk about why you love it. It's just, you know, simple shit like that. Now for him, we have 8 things I'm looking up right now. So 1 is we need to install the slide. 2, we need to do a rear sight. He wants a standard sight. 3, we need a recoil spring because we're going from stock to a aluminum slide, so we need an enhanced recoil spring. We need an inner barrel plus bucking, and then we need a return spring because, you know, we're missing that. And then we'll check the loading nozzle, and we're going to check everything else. Number 6 is the grip, and I told him, hey, because he's like thinking about a metal grip. He wants a metal grip, and then I said, well, what about the lower, like the frame? So he's like, okay, I'm starting to think of frame. I told him about 5KU. So that's another reason why this might be an actual interesting product, a series, because he's considering. And I told him, guys, I'm running the 4.3 advanced frame right now. That thing is doing well. It's handling. It's on a full auto stock team internals on the rear, but with my blowback unit, and I'm hammering the shit out of it, and it's doing good. And we're gonna try to get the metal grips too. The metal grips are 112. You have to remember, guys, these, you can't see them here, but these metal grips are 280, 300 plus, and they're hard to find. We were looking, and we're trying to find some, and it's right, there's not that many out there. And or some of them are just so like freaking 360. I saw someone for 306. Some of them are just insane. I don't remember them being that much. So the lower in the grip, we're gonna work together on and try to find the parts. And either A, he's gonna jump in on my order, because I'm ordering from 6mm. We're gonna get some 5KU parts to review, or he's gonna order himself. And then the main theme for this build is gonna be silver, purple, gold, and then we'll have some small black at like the rear sight, the front sight, because like it's really hard to get these in color. But I told him, hey, Dr. Black has colored rear sights, So I put them onto that, and then I'm going to see if we can find front sight. So maybe we can actually eliminate black. So it'll be silver, purple, gold. Alright, and then I need to check the mags. Our goal is to be around 350 with green gas, and he uses 30s. He's playing at code red currently and might go indoors as well. And these are all information you guys should be thinking about your own build, okay? You should be thinking about this. Like, just combine all the information and internalize it and say, what can I do to get this to optimize? And then for the color scheme, we gotta do a lot of looking around. I gotta be honest, finding all these parts that we're looking at, even though I'm excited that we have parts in America, it's still not. It's so much easier to find it all at one store in Hong Kong. I don't think that will ever be a thing. It's too hard. It's probably too hard to buy all that inventory. It's so much risk. All right, I think it's probably just a lot of risk. Running the stores has got to be insane. I feel, man, I props to them for running stores. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I think what we'll do is, one, I'm definitely got my eyes on this, okay? Parts of me wants to put it on the frame, but the reality is I think he's gonna want to get an advanced frame, so I don't want to even attempt to put this on there, because that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to review it, but I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, hey man, you better you better live up to the price you're asking, because these guys are expensive. They remind me of Airsoft Surgeon. I've never seen such pricey stuff. So I'm looking, I'm like, you got me. I'm like, hey man, you better be cream of the crop here. Okay, let me do a weigh-in. We can do a weigh-in at least. At this point, what you guys are paying for this, honestly speaking, you guys are paying for the custom looks. If something draws your attention, you think it looks sexy, I gotta give it to Dr. Black. They have some stuff now that is sexy. When they first came out, I was like, hell no, I was thumbed down. 66.4. Okay, 66.4 grams. That's really good weight. Remember guys, this is a 5.1. I just did that sucker. That sucker is like 69, but that's with everything in it. So you can imagine. This is pretty close, but not SSP5 level. Of course, it won't be. It's not a split slide. I'm just confused by this. I'm like wondering, is CTM working with Dr. Black, or they kind of just chose the same logo? Because I thought this was a CTM flatline logo. This is cool. I like this type here. This reminds me of like I did a customer project for an anime. God dang it. Black Maid or Black Cat. Shit, I forget it. But we had something like this. Very cool. Okay, so that's the main goal. What we'll do, the next video, what we'll do is, you know what we can do? Because we're going to have to wait for parts anyways. And I got a box for him. So let's box this up, because we're not going to touch this. We're not going to touch it until he confirms about what he wants. Because this is going to be fun. I'm very excited to do this. Okay? Very excited to do this. And it's cool to see Dr. Black in person now. Okay. And let's go. Let's just start taking apart the TM, and then we're going to just start seeing what is salvageable, what he wants to upgrade, because I don't know. I was saying, hey, well, what about this? And he started, I was like, oh man, I could tell he's got the, towards the end he was smiling. He's like, well, I'm excited, man. I was like, oh man, well, you and I both. And I'm like, I'm not even buying the parts, you know. But what was I gonna say? When you guys, if you have like an old TM, you need to take everything apart, because you could be looking at this and say, hey, you know, this works just fine, but I could take this apart and that post could be broken. Okay, and then you have to choose. You have to either choose if you want to, like, you know, Loctite in, put a O-ring in there, you know, or try to fix it, or you just get a new hop-up unit. So you gotta check everything. Okay, so thankfully we're healthy. We're good. This is a healthy blowback unit, and you want to double check it. You can see it's definitely been used, so I will warn them, hey buddy, make sure you got money for a hop-up unit, because where it will break is this area. This is the most common part in the TM hop-up unit to break, and it usually breaks at an angle, or it chips right here, and then sometimes it can chip here. This is probably a very common part that people forget to check the screws. You always look, if you play from like you go airsoft at like 12 afternoon and then you leave 8 p.m. Hey, at the end of the day, check the screw. Don't strip it, but make sure it's nice and tight, okay? And if you got your setup done and dialed in, and he's using 30s, you blue Loctite that sucker. Make sure it's dialed in, okay? Blue Loctite him. You don't want that screw getting loose. Okay, so we're good here, but my recommendation is, yes, save money for an upgraded hop-up unit. TDC or normal one, that's gotta be up to him. I gotta be honest, guys. I've only checked one aftermarket TDC. That's the TNT. I have the TTI one. I don't have Next Speed. I don't have Cal, and I don't have Hi-Capa. So there's 3 I'm missing. But I don't, just from my understanding and experience, it's not like, oh, you got to go run out and replace your current system. These still work really wonderful, okay? They do the job. But if I were to buy new, would I buy the TDC? I want the brass one, okay? I'm not so big on aluminum, but maybe it'll change my mind. But I gotta review them. Okay, so that's hard for me to even recommend. The only one I think that's good out the box, and I reviewed it, is the TNT. I think it's a really good, affordable TDC out of the box. So TNT, they already got my thumbs up for, like, hey, if you need to save money and don't want to spend arm and leg, you get an inner barrel bucking and hop-up unit for freaking $55, $65, whatever is in that price range. Great deal. So we'll clean that outer barrel. Yeah, I'm looking for any stress cracks or anything like that. Outer barrels are pretty strong, guys. They're pretty durable. Okay, so the reality is he doesn't have to upgrade it, but if he wants to, I'll let him know. There's a lot of options. I'm not gonna like it. I think he's on the side of like, yo, he's thinking about it. Yeah, okay. Alright, this has some wear here. This what happens down the road, because he's put a lot of rounds to this. It's getting slammed, and eventually it just breaks off. So I'd probably tell him to eventually replace this. Does he need to now? No. He can run into the ground. So he has the one that comes with Dr. Black. Okay, so we're okay there. This for sure, definitely. Okay, can you use the stock one in the Dr. Black? You can, but it's not snappy. You want it to be snappy. Come on, you spend 130 on the slide, you're gonna just spend the extra $10, $12, $15 to get the recoil spring. Get a 120, a 130. You don't need a 150. Okay, 120, 130 is fine. If you want 150, fine. Don't go above 150. That's this. I know him. He's gonna, since he's going silver, purple, black, silver, purple, gold. He's not gonna want this. Okay. Let's check out hop-up unit. Let's check the loading nozzle. That's one thing always people will say, "Hey, man, I checked my loading nozzle. It's not broken. I don't see anything." And I say, "Okay, squeeze it," and they'll send me a message back. 5 minutes later after they're taking it, like, "Oh shit, okay, it's cracked." So always squeeze that nozzle. Okay, squeeze it. Slide's no good. I'll ask him if he's okay with just tossing it, or we'll keep it. You can just dick around. You guys can use it as practice for milling if you want, or something like that. Front sight, I suspect he'll replace that. He's not gonna. We don't want black on this build. Okay. with how many rounds has been through this gun, I already told him, hey, I'm pretty sure I told him you should plan on getting some extra loaded nozzle, and as you guys should. Okay, look, if you're a pistol primer player, you should always at least have a backup of a couple loading nozzles. So we're good, no cracks. You want to just wipe it off and try to see if you can see any small little cracks in here. You're gonna be staring at this sucker. You can see it right here. For whatever reason, this thing was getting shaved. Yeah, I don't remember. That's not normal. This one's getting shaved over here. Yeah, this side has more than the other one. Okay, but we're okay. For now, it looks like it'll work, but you never know. You could put it in and then blow back in is completely fine. But he's gonna want to upgrade. This probably weighs more than the. It's close to that. It's at least 40. I can't remember the number. Yeah, all right, 42.8 grams. Guys, this is you add what, 26 grams, and then you got the whole Dr. Black slide. That's how ridiculously heavy this is. So you want to keep it light and snappy, then you're gonna want to upgrade, get a lightweight blowback in it. Okay. Okay, so now into lower. This is where I think we'll either we're gonna see some problems or not, and then what we'll do is we'll bag all this up, and then I'm gonna put it in my customer's box. Man, Alexa, quiet. Get out of here. You know, I told her to stop doing alarm shit, and she still does it, guys. It's like clockwork. It's 6:35 every single day. Guys, I took apart the SSP5, and this is what I was telling you guys. They made some new system how it locks the grip in hand. And I'm like, damn. Because I want to upgrade the grip already, but now I have to make a choice if I want to modify the frame or not. Oh man, this gun hasn't been cleaned in a while. It's not the dirtiest gun I've worked on, because I've worked on some dirty guns, but this is... Yeah, there was one, man. One of my friends, he went to do the what was it, Milson West, and got it stuck in mud, and Jesus, man, he's the reason why I bought an ultrasonic cleaner, a little bastard. Let's check it out. I told him safeties are something you want to replace, but these ones suck. They break after a while. Okay, there's no wobble, so that's usually a good sign that it's still healthy. Because when you take these guys, when you take these apart, and if you take yours apart and they're like, you can tell there's a lot of wobble, it's just, it's on its way out, okay? So the reality is, does he need to replace these? No, but I'd always say, you know, have backup. But we already told you guys the theme of the project. So all this black furniture is not going to work for him aesthetically. That's something we have to, and like this. And I told him to check out Edge. Edge is the one that we're going to be checking out primarily for the safeties and the grip safeties and ambi safeties, okay? And then maybe Dr. Black for the rear sight. I don't know if they have a front sight. If they have a front sight with their rear sight, then we'll check that. So we got some research to do. And what I did is, what I do for my customers or people I work with, is I create an Excel sheet and we work on it together, and we kind of have, like, it's really fun, you know. It's like, shit, how can you just not like this? This is super fun, building a custom gun. Okay, this is what I want to know. We want to know if the valve reset is broken or anything. It's so funny. We don't even use these anymore. I remember when Airsoft Master B was like, you know, we don't need this anymore. And then eventually started taking them out. And then I think everyone else started following suit, even Gunsler Bro. I don't think Gunsler Bro still does the pin. So they, like on the custom hammers, guys, they do pin design. You put the pin and you take it out. Looks healthy, guys. This looks pretty. This looks good. This is better than I expected, guys. It's not. You can see this is a little worn out. You guys see from the front, but this is definitely workable. If he wasn't doing a theme build, you could use some of these parts for sure. Okay, but I also know he's in that journey of like, hey man, I want to customize this. I want to make this look cool. So I know he's in that journey. So I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna let him know, hey, you know what? You got a lot of parts that you can use if you want. Since we're buying a lot of equipment parts, so you can use this to, you know, at first I told him, you know what, there's no point in cleaning this. But the reality is we can clean this. What we'll do is we'll clean this and we'll rebuild it. So now he's got an extra lower if he needs to. Because if he gets enough parts, because his shit's healthy. Most of it's healthy. It's okay, it's working, it's alive. Just, you know, do a little cleaning. Here's one thing. This is one area I tell you guys. You see how this is loose? You guys see that? That is where you need to. But he's okay. This is. I know him, right? This is an old ass pistol. I mean, shit. This is 4 or 5 year old TM, and it's not a primary for him. It's a secondary, and then but some days he will just use this guy, and then you can see that's what happened eventually, and just, you know, it doesn't work anymore because you know you're not getting return spring. But the reality is you need to check this guy every once in a while. Okay, they don't. I feel like they don't Loctite this sucker, or just how old this is. It just eventually comes loose. Okay, so let's check it out, and we're just gonna clean this anyways, and I'll clean this off camera, and we'll kind of stop here. And I'm gonna send him a note saying, hey buddy, most of your stuff is actually healthy, so we're good to go, and we can actually rebuild it. We'll clean it, we'll rebuild it, and the reality is you got a lower if you choose to get almost all custom parts. So that means you're gonna have to get some weird stuff like detents. AIP sells them. I'm pretty, like 9 Ball has them. A bunch of companies have detent sets. Not worried, but that means we have to think about the smaller parts that we're picking up. Okay, we have to understand if we get an advanced frame, which ones come with it. 5KU comes with parts of it, but you need to pick up the rest. Okay, I was talking to a guy on my Gmails. I was helping him. He was going to send me a project, and he had picked up a used Dr. Black frame on eBay. But what happened is, he, you know, I think most people don't understand, the springs are completely different versus from standard frame. This is, I would call, for me, this is a standard frame versus like an advanced frame, guys. Advanced frame would be like my Gunsler Bro, the 5KU ones, the most recent ones. Check the most recent ones, you'll see that's an advanced frame. They're very different designs. The springs for the valve knockers are completely different. Okay, I'd say the advanced frame ones are much bigger, and he was trying to use the standard ones, and he reached out to a couple retailers. You know, I'm not going to say their names, but at the same time wasn't surprised, and they were telling him, oh, AIP works in it, that's what we use, and like, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. They're not the same. Advanced springs are different from standard springs, so you got to know this stuff. And the problem is most retailers they're not going to know this kind of stuff, or the techs don't know it, or it's not listed on the website. So I'll walk in with that, and I'll help you guys too as we go on this little journey together, because we're going to build a list, and we're going to start tackling all the parts we want, because I'm excited and I want to get this guy built. We're not going to be able to find most of the stuff I want for his build, or he wants for this build in America. We won't be able to. Okay, that's the reality. I know he said he was already looking. He got this from e-bike, And I know he wants to shop local, but I talked, man, you know what? We can find it. I'm going to help him with that. I would love to shop local too, guys, but it's hard. You need so many small parts to do a complete build up. And I feel like that's the route he's going. Because 5KU, we might be using 5KU, that allows us to save us so much money. And it's doing good, okay? That's the problem. The 5KU is doing good. I can't knock it right now. If I could, I would, but I'm not going to knock it. They're doing a good job. And they are. Okay? I'm going to speak truth to that. That's it for part 1. Part 2 will probably be in maybe 2-3 weeks. Because we think about it. I gotta work with him, figure out what colors we want. We gotta try to find all the parts at one store. If he either hops on my order, because I'm buying from 6M to review 5KU stuff, guys. I want to check out the Pit Viper, Army armament. I want to check out the metal grips, and then we'll be done with 5KU. We won't have to test them out and review them anymore for a long time until they do some crazy shit. Okay. And I'm picking up some other stuff there too. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. So customer series. Thanks again. I appreciate it. I forgot. Don't say his name. I'm always my hand. Like, hey, thank you, buddy. I don't know what's up, but thank you. You guys thank him too as well for allowing me to do a video on it. We'll see how the Dr. Black works. I'm pretty positive he's going to get an advanced frame, and we'll see if we can even combine it with the 5KE, or maybe he might go with the high-end one. He might get the snazzy, pimped out Dr. Black. I know those suckers are like 220 or something. So we'll see which route he goes, and this will be fun. This will be a really fun build. I'm excited, looking forward to this. I can't think of anything else. Alright, take it easy, guys.